What if I told you that you can heal your disease labels and the anxiety and overwhelm that goes with not feeling well in your physical body without restrictive diets, without punishing exercise or expensive supplements? What if I told you that you have an innate wise healer within you that you can access, and that you can actually use that connection and your intuition to design a unique healing plan that is tailored specifically for you, so that you no longer have to deal with the conflict of who you're going to listen to in the health space? I can tell you that both of those things are possible. And the reason why I know that is because during my 25 plus years in private practice as a homeopath and my last 4 years as a health and wellness coach online, I've helped thousands of patients and clients do exactly that. Like Michelle, who was overwhelmed by anxiety and it was interfering with her corporate job, who learned how her limiting belief was actually driving her behavior, and that is what was adding to the anxiety. And once she uncovered that and learned how to work with that, she learned how to manage the anxiety. Or Anna, who was also actually had anxiety, seems to be a common theme, overwhelming anxiety to the extent that she could barely function. And once she learned how to manage that, she realized also that it was really very much tied up in her work as an actress. And once we had unpacked all of that, and again, she'd uncovered the unconscious blocks that were keeping her back, she not only managed to heal her anxiety, but she used the tools, she applied them to her process in her acting, as well as in how it is that she turned up for auditions. And she reconnected to what her soul's vision was for her career. And that really reignited a love for her career again. Or Sue, who had had 2 miscarriages, one extremely traumatic, at about 12 weeks, and she thought she was going to die. She had a second one after that a few months later, and she was desperate to have another baby, but also terrified, and is now the proud mom of a beautiful 7-month-old little girl. Or I think I had another one. Or Nikki, sorry, I've forgotten my other example. Or Nikki, who had Addison's disease, a disease in which your adrenal glands stop producing cortisol, who not only improved her pain, her mobility, reconnected to the joy in her life, but who actually could start reducing her cortisone because her adrenals started producing some cortisol of their own. Unheard of in medical circles very often. So these women are no different to you. These women also didn't believe that they could heal themselves, but they did. So on a completely different note, I've just recently been to a women's Tantric Retreat. It was beautiful. There were 59 other women and 4 women holding the space and guiding us through the processes. And I went as a participant, and it was honestly a heart-opening, life-changing experience for me. But what really struck me was the fact that being a participant again for the first time in a group program for a long time made me just realize the power of being supported by a group. The absolute amazingness of being seen and heard without being judged. The sense that even though we are all so unique, we actually are also very much the same, and how we can relate to one another. I can relate to another woman's story of grief, even though that particular event that happened to her hasn't happened to me. I can relate to what other women are going through. I can relate to their stresses, their anxieties, and I can help to hold them just as they can help to hold me. And that sense of community, of being connected. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a bit of an introvert, and I'm definitely a loner. So when I start really going, start rhapsodizing about community and connection, I do believe that it's really significant. And what it did for me was it reconnected me with the reality of being a participant in a group program. And it reconnected me to the power inherent in being a member of a program where everyone is working towards a specific goal. And that got me thinking about my own group program, The Healer Is You. And it made me reflect on what it is that I love about the Healer Is You group coaching program, which is really what this video is about. And what I love about it is the fact that I can witness women stepping into their own healing power and healing themselves and their lives. But not just that, how that has a ripple effect into their relationships, into their family, into their work, into their community, and into the world. The beauty of seeing a woman stepping into that confidence of knowing that she's seen and heard without judgment. That sense of community that develops between the people in the group, because the group is supporting every other member. It's like the group, there's a group heart that develops that is more than the sum of our parts. And the heart-opening moments, the ahas, the sharing, the laughter, the joking, the tears that we feel free to share with ourselves, with one another. And I had lost sight of what it means to be one of the members, because I have gotten so used to being the facilitator. And the Red Retreat really helped me to connect to the power of being part of a group. And it made me fall in love with the Healer Is You program all over again. So what exactly is the Healer Is You program? Well, the Healer Is You program is a program that helps to uncover your unconscious beliefs, the unresolved traumas, the suppressed emotions, and the energetic imbalances that lead to disease, and using that information in order to create vibrant health. Without restrictive diets, without punishing exercise regimens, without massive lifestyle changes that you don't want to make, and more importantly, without expensive medication or supplements. So the way in which I run this program, it has 2 tiers. Tier 1, I call the Healer Is You training, and Tier 1 runs over 2 evenings. It's 3 to 3.5 hours, 2 evenings in a row. And in that program, I give you all the tools and techniques that I have accumulated and that I have found work most effectively to actually help you heal your body and your emotions. It is filled with practical tools. As I said, I'm a very practical person. Practical tools and techniques to help you connect to your body, to help you start learning how you can interpret what the messages and the meanings are behind your signs and symptoms, and how you can use that information once again to make different choices, to course correct and start your healing journey. It also gives you tools and techniques to connect to your creative genius and your intuition, so that you can create that unique healing journey that is, or plan that is specific to you. In the second tier of the program, we have group coaching sessions. It runs over 6 weeks, 2 evenings a week, 60 to 90 minute coaching sessions. And during those sessions, I take some of the processes deeper. I add some additional processes that you don't have to have, but they're really nice to have. And obviously there is enough time for sharing as well as for questions and answers. So why would you bother doing the second tier if I've just said, well, you have all the tools and techniques in tier 1? Well, you would bother if you wanted to fast track your progress, if you wanted to be part of a community that can and develop friendships and connections that can honestly be lifelong, if you want to have your questions answered directly so that you can gain clarity more quickly, if you want direct access to me and the wisdom of the other members of the group also, and if you want to have some hot seat coaching when you ask a question, if it's something that is specific to you, I can actually coach you through whatever that is. And what else? And just being part of a vibrant community, and knowing that you're part of a community of women that are stepping into their power and that are very quietly in some instances and a little bit more loudly in others, changing the world. So I would, of course, love for you to do the entire program, because I do think that that is how you're going to get the most out of it, but it is entirely up to you. So you can choose to do tier 1, or you can choose to do tier 2, which obviously includes tier 1. And should you wish, you can also add some individual group coaching sessions with me. But we'll do that once you've decided whether you want tier 1 or tier 2. So I would love to see you in the Healer Is You program. I'm so excited about it. I'm so enthusiastic about it. And I'm so in love with it. I'm in love with it. I love my clients. I love serving. I love being able to share my knowledge. And I would love for you to be able to step into the power of being the healer that you are. Because when we heal ourselves, my friends, that's when we start healing our loved ones. We start healing our communities. And that's how we heal the world.